was the countdown.
Oh, I know it was the countdown.
Okay.
It's countdown to cookie time.
Countdown to cookie time! It's another Friday! Yes!
Can't believe it's Friday.
Third episode of Friday Night Cookies. Yes.
The 1st of July.
And the 1st of July. And embarking on a wonderful 4th of July weekend. And for Canada, happy Canada Day. That's my cat jumping off of his... his like
rocking the boat.
His cat tower, just rocking everything. Okay, so welcome to Friday Night Cookies. This is a weekly show where two cookie connoisseurs sit down and discuss the world's favorite dessert. I'm Kaylani.
And I'm John.
And tonight we are crumbling into the weekend with Keebler. So, what about Keebler?
They're actually another local favorite. Last week we looked at Nabisco.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at Keebler, which started in Philadelphia in 1853.
Yes, by a guy by the name of Godfrey Keebler.
Not Gilbert Godfrey, Godfrey Keebler.
That's a mouthful. Godfrey Keebler. Godfrey Keebler. Try to say that 3 times fast.
Sounds like you're gobbling it.
Godfrey. So Godfrey is this Philadelphian of German descent, and he opens up this bakery in 1853. I mean, time goes by, it's a little bit of an uneventful company, but like his company blows up because it kind of coincides with like the invention of the automobile and the growth of the trucking industry. Like by the turn of the century, he's in cities across America.
Mm-hmm. And in kitchens.
And in kitchens across America, yes, with his cookies and biscuits. And in fact, to this day, it's actually one of the most manufactured cookies in America.
Oh.
Crackers and cookies.
Mm-hmm. I think number 2 after, I think it's Nabisco again.
Nabisco again, which actually had a short stint here in Philadelphia after, producing cookies in Chelsea in New York City. They actually moved to North Philly, and as of a few years ago, the scent of North Philly was just like that of a bakery, or sometimes ass. Either way.
Yep. Either it tastes like burning cookies, or you could taste actual cookies.
It was actually really, really good or really, really bad, but sadly, as of a few years ago, Nabisco left Philadelphia, and as did Keebler. Keebler's not in Philadelphia anymore, but it's really, we have a lot of pride that Keebler started here in Philadelphia. A lot of baked goods.
Tasty Cake.
Yeah, Tasty Cake.
Hostess, I think, was around here. At least they had a bakery.
Yeah, for a short period of time. A lot of good
things going on.
A lot of good things. But, I know a lot of times... Is that the cat? He's just causing a ruckus.
Yep.
I know a lot of times I hear this a lot, and I thought this too, that like there are a few Keebler cookies that really look like Girl Scout cookies.
Mm-hmm, the rip-offs, right?
Yeah. There was a long time I was like, okay, who's ripping off of who here? And in fact, there's a lot of people out there still grumbling on the internets thinking that, Keebler's actually ripping off of Girl Scout cookies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wrong to rip off little girls.
It's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's wrong. But in reality... it's actually not what we think. Like, nobody's actually ripping off of anyone because, okay, so Girl Scouts, they didn't start selling cookies until 1933, and guess what? Cookie sales for Girl Scout cookies started in Philadelphia, and it started in 1933. So for the first few years, those cookies were homemade cookies.
Mm-hmm. Moms and daughters bonding over baking. They
get really popular in Philadelphia. It also, the concept gets really popular in New York City. So Keebler actually comes in and licenses their bakers so that they could turn around cookies faster. There's like less lag time, all this stuff. So by 1936, that's by 1936. So 1936, the first year that Keebler is licensing cookies to the Girl Scout troops, and over 120 troops like buy into the concept, and thus Girl Scout cookies, the brand, is kind of born from that.
No longer little girls baking cookies, it's little elves baking cookies.
Now it's little elves, and in fact, it was in the 1960s when the baby boomers were like little kids and they're selling their Girl Scout cookies when sales for Girl Scout cookies exploded. So Keebler becomes like kind of a big company in the 60s thanks to Girl Scout cookie sales. But by 1968, it's, this advertising agency births the Keebler Elves.
Originally called J.J. Keebler and the Keebler Elves.
Yeah, that's right.
And then quickly became Ernie, the little white-haired elf with the red hat that we know today.
Exactly.
Became the leader of the troop.
So it's 1968 is the first reference to the Hollow Tree Factory.
In Sylvan Glen.
Another
made-up place.
In 1969 is the introduction of JJ. Mm-hmm. And then by 1970, it's Ernie, as we know. Ernie Keebler. Mm-hmm. Which, like, I still think, why didn't they use Godfrey? Was he just, like, not a friendly name?
I guess. Sounds sort of evil. It sounds like the Smurf villain.
What was his name? You can't introduce a new character without Googling him beforehand.
It's the guy with the big nose and the brown cloak.
Yeah, he's got like the cat with him.
Like Schmeagol or something his name is.
It's not Schmeagol. Okay, so to backtrack, for all you people who really, really love Girl Scout cookies, the brands of Keebler cookies to look out for are as follows. The Grasshoppers are
the
Thin Mints. Coconut Dreams.
The Samoas, or now known as the Caramel Delights.
Yeah, they had to be PC about it. They couldn't call it Samoas. Now it's Caramel Delights. And then the Peanut Butter Filleds are the Tagalongs.
Oh, yeah.
That should have been a quiz.
It should have been. But apparently, even though they sell them year-round, they never cut into the profits of the Girl Scouts, because everyone loves to buy from the Girl Scouts and support them, which is a good cause.
Yeah, it is a really good cause, and it's just like, you know, a good organization founded around, like, womanhood and girls coming together and learning really, like, important life skills. But not only that, the organizations that the Girl Scouts, I should say, not just cookies, but Girl Scouts, you know, the organizations that they support women's health and support women's need and support women's empowerment. Mm-hmm. Go Girl Scouts. I never got to be a Girl Scout, but that's okay.
I was an Indian guide. By the YMCA, where you get to bond with your dad.
That's like that movie with Chevy Chase.
Mm-hmm. Not Father the Pride. That's with the lions and the tigers. Different DreamWorks show. Yeah.
So those are the three cookies that the Keebler company, under their subsidiary, which is the Little Brownie Bakers.
Mm-hmm. So still around today.
So yeah, Little Brownie Bakers is the Keebler subsidiary that supplies the Girl Scout cookies with those three cookies. The other three cookies, there's like a few other cookies, like the shortbreads and the other ones. They're actually created by ABC Bakeries.
Mm-hmm. And apparently if you go up to Canada, you can find some sort of similar cookies, but in the U.S. there aren't that close
guess it's time for us to announce, though, that one of these episodes is going to occur when we're in Montreal.
International broadcasting
of Friday Night Cookies, which actually might not take place on a Friday night. It might take place like on a Wednesday or something, because on that Friday night we're going to be in the middle of the woods, and either there's going to be 2 episodes that week, one in Montreal and then one camping style, or just the one in Canada, because I don't know what the reception's going to be like. Yeah. But anyway, let's try these cookies.
Should we start off with the knockoff?
Okay, so
we couldn't get a hold of the actual Girl Scout cookies because they're out of season.
Yes.
And the grasshoppers.
I couldn't find grasshoppers. I don't know why Keebler, for the city that this cookie was founded in, it's really hard for some reason to find a decent array of Keebler cookies.
Too many gourmet cookie shops around putting the little guy out of business.
Too many. And the little guy.
Little guys.
The little guys. I guess they are little guys. They're little elves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got these from CVS. They're called Gold Emblem.
That's the store brand.
Fudge-dipped mint cookies. It tells you exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
no glamour, just straight up, this is what it is, and this is what you should expect.
So there's no fancy way of opening this package. Let's stick that there.
Which I will say that the resealable packaging that Oreo has is very good, because the blueberry pie Oreos, after 2 weeks, got stale.
Yeah, they got stale because you had to open it like this, and it wasn't resealable. I prefer that packaging.
You open it like a savage now.
Ooh, immediately I smell the mint.
Toothpaste.
It kind of smells like toothpaste. Yeah, I was going to say spearmint, which is toothpaste. It doesn't smell like the natural mint, like when you have the herbs in the garden. No.
It smells like you just went to a restaurant and got an Andes mint.
Ooh, which is good. Okay. This isn't a cookie I would dip. because it's got this.
Maybe an ice cream I would dip.
Oh, an ice cream. This would go very well with ice cream. I feel like this is a great palate cleanser for the dinner that my boyfriend so very kindly cooked for me this evening. It was mac and cheese and hot dogs.
Mm-hmm. Gourmet hot dogs.
Boiled.
And deluxe mac and cheese.
It was deluxe mac and cheese. Kraft brand.
Mm-hmm.
Kraft brand. Mmm.
No aftertaste, though. So if you want your palate cleansed and then obliterated, well, not obliterated, just restarted.
It's not that much mint. The cookie on the inside tastes like it might be stale.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, the milk chocolate kind of balances it out.
I'll give it a dip. Maybe the milk will redeem it.
Take a sip.
A little dip and a little twirl. Swirl.
You know what I like about these? Come on. Wait. Let me see if I can. Wait.
It might not work with milk.
It's working. Ah! You lick this finger. You can hear it ever so slightly. I think because it's like too much milk in there.
Yeah, so you have to drink a little bit more.
I have to drink more milk.
Drink milk.
Cheers. We didn't cheers. Oh my gosh. All these little rituals that should be part of this Friday night cookies
We
thing.
should have, cheers our cookies. Cheers the milk. Dip and, crisscross. Have a whole cookie ceremony.
Like some kind of Illuminati secret handshake. Mm-hmm. That's how everybody in the cookie community knows our status amongst.
So I guess we can file these away in the bin next to the sink.
They can go to your job.
AKA the trash can. Or that.
We can pawn them off to your colleagues.
Mm-hmm. And they can file them away in the bin
I'm sure Concha is going to be excited to get those tomorrow.
If you're watching, Concha, these guys are for you.
They're for you. All right. Next cookie.
I guess this is the staple of Keebler.
Yeah, EL fudge, which I think is cute that they call it Elf. It's kind of spells out elf. But in actuality, it's supposed to mean everybody loves fudge. Mm-hmm. This is marketed as a, shortbread flavored, right? Shortbread. It's like shortbread
butter sandwich cookies with fudge cream filling.
There it is. It's a butter flavored shortbread cookie with chocolate filling.
It's uncommonly good.
Oh, and
which
look.
Is a catchphrase.
Peel here. Big instructions. Peel here. Because lo and behold, we have resealable. Ooh. Yes. So, all of them. It's like a little army.
I remember them being different. And one used to have a guy holding a star, and that would be my favorite.
It's a little army of
Who the heck
Keebler elves.
Who's Buckets?
I got Fast Eddie.
Well, there's Ernie.
There's Ernie. Ernie! Here's our man. He is the head elf.
There's Elwood.
Wait, what does this mean? Uncommonly made?
There's Dasher.
Look, uncommonly made. What does this mean?
And Prancer.
From the Hollow Tree. That sounds like a horror film. That's what's written on the back of Fast Eddie.
Uncommonly good.
Wait, is it not mixed up? Ooh, dunk head first. What is this, waterboarding? This cookie's instructions tell us to dunk head first. That's messed up.
Where's the guy holding the star? That used to be my favorite.
This is Elwood.
I'm disappointed. My childhood friend is gone.
Elwood, tell us everything you know. Tell us everything you know.
I also want to point out that...
Ooh, it fell apart.
The chocolate is kind of just squirted on, not evenly spread like the Oreo.
Oh, what?
Someone fudged on my cookie.
Oh my gosh, okay, so it also doesn't take too kindly to dunking. Cheers.
I don't think anyone takes too kindly to dunking.
He doesn't take too kindly to my waterboarding.
You goof. You're supposed to cheers, dunk, cheers, switch.
Okay. So I get the butter flavor, but I don't get too much chocolate.
On a company that markets fudge quite a lot. Fudge not so good.
I'm like trying to eat the fudge by itself so I can like taste what the fudge tastes like. It doesn't smell like anything.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know what to say because the fudge does not taste like anything. Well,
that's why I loved them as a kid. They don't taste like anything.
Is that what you loved as a kid? Yay, bland foods! Yay! Bland cookies! Woo!
I love the McDonald's box. You just eat the cardboard too because it all tastes the same. I love bland.
Yeah, was there ever a difference though? Because it wasn't until the early 2000s when the Kellogg company bought Keebler. Because before that, it was like a completely different company. And before that, like 2 years, I think it was like 2001, Kellogg's buys Keebler. But in 1999, Keebler buys the Sunkist company, or like the Sun whatever company that the Hydrox cookie is from. And Keebler decides, forget this cookie.
Oh, they're in bed together too?
Yeah, they're in bed together too.
It's all these cookie conglomerates.
Yeah, it's a cookie conglomerate. It's a cookie pyramid scheme. Cookie conspiracy theories. Next cookie! I'm excited for this one.
I used to be excited for this one. Up next we had the Chips Deluxe Rainbow.
Yes.
Which used to have an M&M knockoff. These little candy bits. But now they actually branded with M&Ms in 2014. And
yeah, I like how every cookie has exactly 3 little M&Ms.
Because little elf and magic goes a long way. Why do they need these M&M guys to step in?
Well, I think everyone was just kind of like, oh, well, these are like M&Ms. And so they were like, oh, we might as well just like co-brand with M&Ms.
I like the like M&Ms. So we'll find out if these are any good.
How does the Mars company feel about this?
I don't know. They probably get a pretty good paycheck, so they don't care.
There's probably some licensing deals. Ooh, fresh cookies. So for the 4th of July weekend, I saw some of these at the grocery store, and they're red, white, and blue little chocolate chips on the top. So super patriotic brand.
Which is also a good thing to look out for. If you see stuff labeled like that, you know they're fresh because they're in season.
There you go. That's a good idea.
Unless you see them around October, then you know to stay away.
That's when we scoop in and buy cookies on sale. All right.
So these smell like cookies.
They smell like cookies. Oh, look. There's the 3 little M&Ms.
Yep, which are constant. Every cookie has 3 M&Ms.
Every cookie.
Every cookie has 3 M&Ms.
Where'd yours go? This one almost slid off. This one's struggling.
I think this one's a speech bubble.
You know what I like too is whatever machine embedded them into the cookie.
There's no machine.
It broke every little look at the shell.
Elves are putting these in.
Oh, the elves.
Yeah, their dainty little fingers are counting them out, putting one on some.
Every
on every
single
other cookie.
M&M is busted.
Yeah, that was the charm before of having the.
There you go.
The non M&M brand ones.
Those 2. That should be 1 cookie. All right. Oh, it barely fits into my fancy wine glass.
So why are these number 2 for the country and cookies? Because these taste like garbage. Or what's number 3?
No. Number 1 nationally is Oreo. Number 2 is Chips Ahoy. I'm not sure what number 3 is.
But number 2 is a cookie brand.
This is the most manufactured cookie and cracker company. I believe Keebler's main moneymaker is the Cheez-Its. Oh, I'm sad. Why? I feel like every week I'm super critical about these cookies. I'm really sad with each and every single one of these cookies. Except for Oreo.
I was actually hyped up about these. I was going to eat them last week on my own. Before the show even started.
Yeah, as soon as we came up with the idea for Friday Night Cookies.
Rainbow Chips Deluxe. I love those cookies.
Instantly. You were like, episode 1 has to be this.
Nope. I think it's the M&Ms. They're too sweet. And the cookies
yeah,
are too bland.
It's not like a semi-sweet chocolate chip for a cookie that balances out the kind of the butter and the brown sugar and the taste of the molasses and the vanilla. No. I abandoned mine. Maybe I'll just eat the M&M on top.
Used to be the other way around.
Oh, the little M&M shell dyed my finger arm.
So I might start a petition to get rid of the M&Ms out of my cookies. if someone wants to join up with me.
Sorry, one of those obnoxious like online petitions.
Well, apparently in the late 80s, early 90s, Keebler was making pizza-flavored chips called pizzerias. And apparently there's a Facebook group with 900 likes that are petitioning to bring them back.
Are you going to be the 901st like?
Absolutely.
All right. I still kind of want to try before we go tonight.
I'm going to give this one a second go. Maybe it was that it had one, not three.
No! Now I have not enough milk in it. Maybe it just doesn't work with milk. Cheers.
So if you shove the whole cookie in your mouth at the same time, all the flavor comes out together and tastes better.
Does it? The entire thing?
Not very...
like take a bite, but...
So don't nibble this. You need the full experience all at once. I think that's what I just did wrong.
I left cookie gunk on here, sorry. I don't know.
You can gunk up the Emblem guy.
They have more sass than the Keebler Elves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Keebler Elves are really, like...
They're wholesome.
They're wholesome, yeah. They're very kind.
Like,
but there's no females. Where are the females?
It's like the Smurfs. There's one Smurfette.
Was there one?
Is it Gilgamesh? No, not Gilgamesh. I'm still trying to remember the Smurf villain.
Oh my gosh. No, you're right.
It's not Gilgamesh.
It's close to that. Godfrey?
Godfrey.
Gilgamesh. Alright, well, I have no more to say about Keebler. Except for... You could have done better.
And it was Gargamel. That's the name of the villain.
Oh! Yeah.
And I have a poem for y'all.
Oh! Our weekly haiku!
This is reminiscent of Christmas Eve when you put the cookies out for old Saint Nick. Too good for Santa, yet the elves still bake for him only once a year.
That's poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Poetry. Well... Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday Night Cookies. We hope you enjoyed it more than we enjoyed eating these cookies. You know, if you have any cookie requests, hit us up on the Facebook here at Foodful Thinking, or hit us up on Twitter. We're at Foodful Thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we would appreciate that.
Especially some international cookies to spice up our
yes.
show. If you have any recommendations that way, as long as we can get our hands on them.
Yeah.
Don't recommend something that we have to...
Unless,
well, it could be fun.
Unless you want to send it to us, because that would be kind of fun too.
Well, we'll pay you too. We're not trying to just
We're not trying to get
cookies.
free cookies, please. All right.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.